Hey everyone, or one person so far. You can tell me if this is actually functional. At least I hope so. Switched over to trying to do it through the phone's internet and see if that's actually more reliable. Plus, it'll tell me if I buy the internet package from them, it will actually function. At least I'm hoping so, because it's like 3 times the price of the home internet connection. Oh man. Oh geez. It's crazy how hard it is to get this stuff to actually function at times. I work with computers every day, all the time, and I almost want to strangle them half the time because they drive me so nuts. I mean, I got into computers when I was young. Loved messing around with them, building computers, soldering stuff, putting components together, and all that. I was like, hey, pick a career. And, I was like, yeah, I'm good with computers. I like computers. Let's go into computers. And then I discovered, oh my gosh, computers drive me nuts. And so what used to be fun became work. And then it wasn't so much fun anymore. I can't tell you how much it drives a person crazy to, have a hobby you love and enjoy and all that. And then it becomes not nearly as much fun. And there's lots and lots of the new computer programmers of today that I want to have a stern talking to with them. It's like, why are you reinventing the wheel? Why are you doing this all over again? And why are you trying to drive all of this absolutely insane? Come on. Oh, well. And Google. Oh, my gosh. Do I have words I could use with Google? Of course, if I went on the rant about what I think about Google, truly, I would be barred from the entirety of most of the internet. Oh, man. So what are you guys doing tonight? Me, I'm sitting here testing this live stream ability and wasting the amount of gigabits I have available per my monthly plan on my phone. What would you guys like to talk about? What strange things would you like to know and discover tonight? Well, hello, Holly Ridge. And let's see, we got Thrifty VG, hello. Heaven's Essentials, Casual Preparedness, and we have RG Homestead. I'm binary gray code at age 22. Yeah, I learned to code on an ancient Commodore 64 and did a lot of assembly back then. Very easy back then. We had one real register for general purpose, the accumulator register. Then you got the program counter, your stack, and other stuff. It's amazing what all you could do with such a little tiny limited machine where, 64K of RAM and everything. It was fun. I actually miss it. Nowadays, well, actually, the true thing I really miss about those old computers, you could understand everything. I mean, every darn piece of that computer, you could fully understand, know how it works. People build peripherals and all this stuff. Today, things are so layered. People that actually understand the whole stack or something like that just doesn't really exist. Drives me nuts. I miss the more simpler designs. I miss them a lot because I really hate it when I'm tracing down a problem in computing, digging through stuff, getting to another layer, and it's like you're hitting these walls constantly. You go ask someone, well, what does it do here? And they're like, I don't know. I don't work on that part. Thanks. You're helping me a lot. Let's see here. Hey, Marlo Herdy. I'm horrible with names. I'm very sorry. If I say your name wrong, just laugh and giggle at me. I stink at it. And Casual Preparedness. Yep. I know. Commodore 64, Trash 80s. Well, sorry, TRS 80s. That was the bad nickname, Trash 80. I know. We're ancient people who've played with those and remember them as fun, amazing pastimes. Remember the cassette deck loading stuff up? Hey, Southern Blessed Homestead. Nice to see you. And stuff. Oh, well, thanks for at least leaving a message. That's great. Oh, cold solder joints. Yeah. And stuff. It's amazing how those solders, I remember when they first moved away from those lead-based solders, because, lead was the new boogeyman. Got to get rid of lead, And then it became extremely fragile, so they were very much susceptible to cold cracks in them. Oh, man. Oh yeah, the floppy disk. Yeah, and stuff. I have some big old 8-inch floppies still. I love to get out and I show the new students when they come in. You know, the new high school graduates, show them, and they're like, "Ooh, what is that?" I'm like, it's a floppy disk. Ooh, and stuff. You know, to see when we get the punch card reader stuff out. Actually, I don't think I have any of that stuff left anymore. Stuff, but that was before my time. You know, I got into stuff in the mid '80s, but punch cards and all that were phasing out by then. I picked some up as collector stuff. Hey, Creative Redundancy, nice to see you. Oh man. So, what sort of interesting garden stuff have you guys got planned? I got something real interesting, fun things to do. Lunch card. So I recently picked up potato seeds. I bought some last year as well, and potato seeds. Now, I don't mean the seed potatoes you buy. I'm talking seeds. They look like tomato seeds. And so I'm going to start growing potatoes from seed. And you can apparently start them like tomato plants and stuff. Never done it before. Brand new. This will be interesting. I really want to see how they turn out because I really would love to actually have potatoes that are propagated just like everything else, where you get, they do the sexual reproduction and all that other stuff, and you end up with, berries. These are like, they look like tomatoes actually, but they're filled with seeds, and then they make potato plants. But you can't eat the fruits of potato plants. They're actually not good for you and can make you kind of sick. It'll be really neat because I'm hoping to make strains of potatoes that are very localized to my area. And I've actually gotten to make strains of potatoes that are very localized to my area. And I've actually gotten some that have adapted to the area just by tubers, so they're still clones. But I'm really interested to see how seeds of potatoes will transform by being grown from year to year here. I'm going to try to buy more and more real seeds, and then so I have a good genetic diversity and all that. The other idea is seeds will be real easy to carry with me, put with stuff, and save from year to year. Sometimes I have trouble weathering through, like some of the potatoes, and some of the other stuff, getting them wintered through. So I'm trying that this year. I also went through the seed catalogs and went half crazy. I've got a bazillion different types of tomatoes. I'm like, oh, that looks neat. Ooh, this looks neat. Ooh, that's neat. So I got tons of tomatoes to try out. I probably just do a couple varieties, but I'm a sucker for seed catalogs. I don't know if you guys do that too, but you look at the seed catalogs, you're like, ooh, that looks cool. That looks neat. Oh, yeah. Before you know it, you spend like $100 on seeds, right? You're just like, okay, I can't spend $100 on seeds. Let's cut this back. Okay, not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. Oh, man. I do that way too often. You guys do that sometimes? Oh yeah, Dave, I'm M7B is what I'm at. I would, I kind of wish I was 8 because then I could get away with like avocados, olive trees, and some other stuff. I'd love to build a greenhouse that's tall enough to actually put some trees in it, and have some of the other stuff because I also would love citrus. I would really love to have some nice citrus. Let's see here. Christopher Lee, MCN, is here. Thanks for coming by. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the phone's working. I'm abusing AT&T. So I think since this is actually functional, I definitely think I'm just going to go ahead and order the package to get home internet through the cell phone carrier, which sounds weird, don't you think? Home internet through your cell phone? But it's the only other option we got out here, unless you use satellite, but I hear it just really stinks. I know one guy that has it, but I need to go like talk to him about it some more. Hey, Pennsylvania Prepper. Glad to see you coming by. You're always a hoot to go watch and listen to. And actually, if you haven't seen her channel, go check out Pennsylvania Prepper. She has a freeze dryer, plays with all sorts of stuff, cooks things, makes things, and talks about random stuff. Just like me. There you go. Let's see here. Robertson's Belly Acres. Oh, purple okra. That's actually really cool. I'm a super fan of okra. I love all sorts of okras. And purple okra has a really cool thing is it can get a lot longer and stay tender. I would have ones that get like 4 inches long, 4 inches, like 4 to 6 inches long, and it's still perfectly tender. And I, cut it up and stuff like that. And when we cook it, it turns green. So it's cool. Hey, JT. Nice to see you. And stuff. Oh, looks like people are like, what the heck? Reed, you're on really late. It's, super late over here. Why in the world are you on? Oh, yeah, Heaven's Essentials. I know. See, stuff like that. The other ones I got is lots of beans. I have so many different types of beans here. The I love beans. I got okra. I'm not okra beans. Lima beans, navy beans. I have these ones that are native to the Southwest. They're really cool, called tepary. And I've got brown ones, and then I've got white ones and black ones. And they grow like gangbusters out here. It is amazing how well they work. I am super, super pleased with those beans. They actually grow too much, so I'm having trouble harvesting and keeping up with the harvest on the beans. I'm going to come up with some ideas. I want to look for a better way to harvest and manage them better, so that the labor to bring in the harvest isn't so bad. Because that's one thing I've noticed as I expand and grow, make the growing area larger, the amount of labor it takes for me to bring in a harvest and bring everything in is pretty hard when you get a lot of it coming in all at the same time later in the fall. So I need to split things up so I have things that come in at different times so I can manage the harvesting better. But when you think about, like, if you want to say, like, I'm going to grow all my own food for a whole year, and you look at the labor associated with it, oh my gosh, it's huge. I mean, such a giant pile of labor. And so I've been trying to think of like ways like I could plant them so that they'd be easy to pull the plants, and then put them plants into a machine that would kind of like whack them back and forth to pull all the beans out, is something I'm looking at. I got lots of things I'm playing with on that. Yeah, plant in succession. That's the idea. The one thing that's kind of hard in New Mexico that is a killer at us is June and July are ridiculously hot here, especially July. July and August are super hot. And the amount of plants that will actually put stuff out in those super hot months is so minuscule. Working on figuring some of that out. But I can really see, like in the old towns when they would do stuff, do things together and work on things, that they would, the whole town would come together to bring in a complete harvest, bring it all together and stuff. Because, yeah, sorry, gotta save my network cable from my cat. He's decided it's the best toy to go at here. Anyways, yeah, they'd have to come together and bring the harvest in. And you can totally see why there was some sort of cooperative effort on there. I think a lot of America, we push so hard on independence, and I love independence. I love the idea of doing everything what I want, explore my own things, look at my own interests and everything like that. But we've also lost a sense of community. The deep community sense that we've had that helped build all sorts of America is sort of fallen by the wayside. People have forgotten about that. People have forgotten about some of the issues, and some of the part that, people have forgotten about that. People have forgotten about some of the issues, and some of the part that, people scream, oh no, that's socialist, but it was actually the community coming together to help itself, has really dropped away. And that's sad to me. And you can see now when you look into it how important and vital it is. Stuff. Hey, Al's here. Hi, Al. And let's see here. Let's see what everyone's saying here. I'll try to keep up the chat. I'm sometimes I get a little behind, and then I go off on these little rants. So I'll try to balance myself. Hi, Josh. Josh popped up. Okay. Oh, that stinks, Pennsylvania Prepper. Yeah. It is really hard to get people to commit to things. I tell you, I've had a heck of a time. I've met some really good people here on YouTube. But then I've also run into a lot of people say, oh, yeah, I'll be happy to help do this with you and all this other stuff. They promise all these things. And you say, oh, you're serious about this? Oh, yeah, I'm absolutely serious. I'd never just disappear and ghost you. Liars. Yeah. Finding people you can depend on is hard. I don't know what it is. I get behind a lot. I get so busy on everything else. But, I've called people up. I'll tell people, go tell them, yeah, I'm behind on this. This is not going to happen on the time frame we thought it was and stuff. And we can work stuff out. I don't understand this thing of like, just get gone and run away. What the heck is with that? If you get behind, who cares? Suck it up. Go tell. It drives me nuts. Hey, Second Star Survival. Nice to see you here. They wouldn't even take $10 an hour. Gee whiz. I know. It just people today are hard. That's what's actually been really nice about like YouTube and stuff is finding a bunch of other people outside of my little community here that also think the same way, and finding a lot of people that have the sort of same value systems, understand a lot of this stuff. It's been really nice. Discover yourself is not a bad idea. So I stay away from Facebook, Al. That no thanks. Or what's the other one? Instagram. I mean, about the only social thing I'm sort of on here is YouTube and stuff. For a lot of other people, like when I keep up with people, I send emails, and I actually send out Christmas cards. I write out to people, and we send Christmas cards out and stuff like that. I like the personal touch. I know, yeah, just call me old-fashioned, call me silly, but yep, personal touch, and I like to do things that and actually have a personal touch on things. I sort of like that connection. It's like you may laugh at this, but I don't like ebooks that much. I mean, I love the idea of being able to load up a huge, a laptop or a computer or even an SD card with all of the Library of Congress on it or something like that. Have this huge thing. But it's funny when I read, I love the tactile feel of the pages, being able to flip through it. Hey, Southern Ohio Prepper, nice to see you here. Or prepping, sorry. Southern Ohio Prepping, nice to see you here. And let's see here. Okay, yeah, so that's it. Let's see. But thanks for coming by, everyone. Yeah, I'm trying to test out the live stream to see if I can get this stuff working, because I got plans. I want to make a show with some people, or we do like Steve Anthony and I have talked about some ideas and some of the others, but like we'll do like a scenario and have each of us go through the scenario and see what we think about it and outline it, and each give our take, kind of like a panel. Do other things, like one of the ones I want to do, I was thinking of calling it like the Read Report or something, and we're going to take like topical subjects of the news that have happened in the week and stuff, and sort of lay out how that affects us, how it affects possible prepping things, what we see coming from it, and things like that, but not like super mainstream. I mean, things that affect our community more. And kind of go through things like that and stuff like that. I'm not going to go like doom and gloom. You must do this or you will die. It's not really my thing. I look at prepping more of the optimistic side. See, I think about all of the bad stuff that can happen, and I see it as this grand challenge. Like, if all this happens and the chips are down and there's no one else out there, how can I rise up and rebuild? Yeah, I look at it as a giant uses to give up under any conditions. My wife can tell you all about that, and boy, do I drive her nuts. Oh man, I need a booster. What do you mean a booster? Explain yourself, Al. I need to set up a different area to stream from. That's for sure. I need to get a table and some other stuff and a backdrop to clean things up and make it look nice and everything else, but. For now, you're going to have to put up with my duct tape production every money doing this, right? Utterly shocked at, some of the money people make doing things. And I'm like, okay, you're putting out useless junk that I can't see helping the world. Why does that earn? Signal too weak. Okay, nah, I'm not seeing that on this side, Al. It's double streaming out. And the cat videos go viral. Yeah, they sure do, and stuff. Yeah, it's kind of weird how all this stuff works. Ooh. Hey, Thrifty VG. Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, we're down here in the middle of nowhere, and New Mexico has really bad internet. The crazy part is there is actually a ton of fiber in the ground, like heavy, heavy-duty fiber. There's actually terabits and terabits of stuff that runs through this place, but none of the fiber is actually tapped out to provide good service out through a lot of the state. There's two places you can get really good service in if you have the money. That's Albuquerque and what's the other one? El Paso. Those two you can get a lot of good stuff out of. Las Cruces as well. There's stuff that goes out through there. Let's see here. Oh, hey, Dave. Nice to see you. Hey, Tiger. How are you? So, yeah, we got some people coming by. I'm glad, actually, enough notices actually went out. I was like, I wondered if notices actually popped up. Hey, Steve, nice to see you. Yeah, I'm testing out the live streaming to see if it actually functions or not. I'm actually having to do it through the phone because the DSL is so ridiculously slow. There's actually no way it'll work, and so we have to do it through the actual, phone system. I mean, actually, cell phone networks, and it kind of works and things. It's actually really funny. Is near the highway, there's actually fiber that runs down the highway, and the state put it in. And so the state put in massive amounts of fiber infrastructure, and so they can feed the government places around the state with really good internet. I mean, gigabit speeds and higher, really well. But bring real good internet. But no, CenturyLink and Quest and whatever they are sued the heck of it to block it. Lovely guys. So the rest of us, are completely screwed with really slow internet, while all the government buildings, they get really good speedy internet. So they like to say, hey, there you go, you're everything's great for us. Why do you guys care? And they don't believe our stories. And they've actually given really good internet to some of the state reps' homes and stuff. Corruption, it's amazing how that grift works. Yeah, I know, Tiger. It's amazing how notices work and go on, off, and you never know. It just drives you nuts. Stuff. So, Acer, we've been debating about who you really are. You care to share your massive story? Oh man. Oh, cherries. I actually have some cherry trees. I got two that have gone through 2 seasons, and they've really been growing. I think next year I'm going to start getting fruit, and I will be looking forward to that. Yeah, it's too bad it's glitchy sometimes. I'll see what I can do here. I wish there was another way, another internet provider out here, but we really don't have anything else. Well, see you, SOP. Well, thanks for coming by, everyone, for a little quick chat. I'll end this out and see what else I can figure out about internet providers and some way to get around this. Have a great night.